Please sit down. If you notice, I've removed the teleprompter, so that means the speech might rumble on a bit. But I wasn't happy with the speech. It doesn't really convey the thoughts that I want to say, especially to my very good friend, Willie Tan. First of all, let me greet everybody present, starting with the thinnest member of my cabinet, Secretary Cesar Purisma, Secretaries Linda Baldos, Greg Domingo, Mar Rojas, of course, the person responsible for us being here, Mr. Willie Tan, and his brothers, Mr. Henry Tan, Mr. Tommy Ching, Mr. Martin James, Mr. Dominic de Esmetere. I have to brush up on my language skills. Congresswoman Susan Yapsurit, Mayor Noel Villanueva, Mayor Antonio Rodriguez, DJ Rodriguez, Mayor Karen Villanueva, whose presence here today reminds us that since you're already in Cebu, there's Cebuano speaking in Negros Oriental. You might want to visit them also. Commissioner Rick David of the Bureau of Immigration, Commissioner Rufino Biason, Attorney Peremolio, officers and staff of Deluxe Bags Philippines Incorporated, local government officials, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen. May I start out with a story? I was talking with Secretary Jess Robredo recently. The Philippines needs needs to double the number of fire engines or fire trucks in the country. We are barely at 49%. We have, on average, fire trucks as old as 20 years old, and that's the average age. Hence, there is really a need to come up with more and more of this very necessary service for our people. Okay. So towards that end, they conducted a rebidding procedure just to maximize and ensure that how we spend the funds that the government has is spent most wisely. So the last bidding that was done prior to our assumption was about 3 years ago. The average price for the fire trucks acquired then was 9 million per unit. The rebidding in 2011 resulted in fire trucks costing us 5 million per unit, at half of what it used to cost. Therefore, with available budget, we can double that which we will be able to acquire. And I guess everybody will agree, having done such an achievement, Secretary Robredo should be entitled to a round of applause, isn't he? However, and this is the however portion that is really very vital, what he got was a suit alleging so many wrongdoings by the people who lost in the bidding. Okay? So you have a situation wherein people were conspiring to defraud the country and its people of what is due them, and who have the temerity and the gall to start suing people who are doing that which is right. So I guess the appropriate response to them, and I've instructed the DOJ already to study the matter, is once that suit is settled, for us to sue these people who are wasting the time of government entertaining frivolous lawsuits. Okay? Which brings me to why I am here today. Okay? Obviously, before we spend some money, we have to earn the money. And it is through efforts of people like Mr. Willie Tan, who I'm very glad that I met just barely 2 years ago. Actually, not yet even 2 years ago, was already contributed so much to our country. He studied here until grade, 5 or 6? No? But he has so much commitment to the Filipino people that, again, today, my staff needs to be awakened a little. Last week, I was in a company called, the inauguration of the site for a company called EXL, and I was told by my staff that they intended to increase their workforce by 30%. And actually, they wanted to increase by 70%. So I told my staff, it's good that you made a mistake underestimating their increase, so I will not be too mad at you. This week, they decided to make another mistake. They told me that Luwentay will increase their workers here in Tarlac by another 3,000. Mr. Tan tells me that the number is actually 4,000. So they forgot the 25% that should have been accrued to it. So again, I will forgive my staff for making that mistake. But hopefully, they will not make similar mistakes in the future. The bottom line is this. Why do I always say that whenever I see Mr. Tan, no, I am very pleased because it's always good news. He has already, the plan is something like 35,000 eventually workers in the country. And perhaps on the third year of our administration, this will all become a reality. They have been engaged with us, but they are expanding so much that besides garments and besides bags, no, he's actually first, when we were in China, he performed the role of an unofficial special envoy by encouraging so many business entities in China to do their business in the Philippines, specifically in the tourism sector. And if that were not enough, I understand that their company is also going to engage in the tourism sector. Okay, and we need all of the help that we can get. We are presently, when we started in office, we did about 3 million tourists a year. Last year, I understand, we'll do about 4 million. And that is a significant increase, I think. However, it pales in comparison to our neighbors who do between, for Malaysia's case, 22 million tourists a year, and for Thailand, it's 14 million. And why are tourists so important? Each tourist that comes into the country brings about $1,000 into the economy for each tourist. So we are targeting a modest amount of 10 million tourists by the time I step down from office. And of course, Mr. Tan and others like him are helping us reap the fruits from this low-lying tree. And again, I think they deserve a round of applause, don't you? I wouldn't be surprised if somewhere down the road, their group will also go into the logistics section to be able to ship all of the things that they have been producing here. But and as usual, and I'm glad that there are so many members of the cabinet and our administration present, because that is actually, in essence, what government is for. We are here to serve the people. You are here, your presence here empowers them, opens up so many more opportunities for our people that have been lacking for such a long time. And it behooves government to be at its most friendliest, most efficient self, to be able to ease the suffering of the people that we promise to serve. And you are making all of that possible. You know, rarely do I tell the accomplishments of our administration, because doing that which is right is, I think, the fundamental thing that we should do. But I hope you don't mind if I praise our government a little. Last year, we produced net new jobs amounting to 2.1 million new jobs for our labor force. And you have to take that into context. So 2.1 million jobs, less the election year spending. The election year will normally boost the numbers. But without an election last year, we did 2.1 million jobs in a period where there is a global economic slowdown in so many of our key markets. And of course, the key to that is the cooperation of all of the sectors involved, from government to the citizenry, and of course, the enabling aspects of all of these business investments. So if there is one theme, here are people who are helping us achieve the production of more and more opportunities for our people. It really is imperative on us to ensure that when they leave at the end of the day, or before they sleep, that they really made the right decision in providing us these opportunities. And with that, we will proceed from success to success. We will have inclusive growth, and we will be able to achieve the dreams that we all aspire to. And lest I delve into a 4-hour speech, let me try and close it in this way. And if I may talk to my kababayans and kabalens in the language that our father taught us, can I leave you with an advice he gave me? Sabihan ng tatang ko po, agyo kong mamuklat, magpaspol kay kayo. Ngini, nung buklat kay yung pasbul, at suna po kay kayo yung manatili ang nakabuklat. Alya po. To those of us who do not know the royal language, actually it's an alien language. No? Robin Williams used to talk Kapampangan in the TV show Mork. He always said it, nano, nano. Said, my father once told me that he can open a lot of doors for me, but the ability to keep the doors open does not rest with him, but rests with me. So you did give us this opportunity, this door that has opened opportunities presented to the people that you have hired directly, but also to the people who will be in support, and who will have now opportunities to service those that you have empowered. So the community owes you a lot, and I think it is but proper for you to continue this relationship, to demonstrate to you the soundness of the decision you made in trusting in us. So that is the appeal that I have for my kabalens. Kaya natin po ito. Siguraduhin po natin mabigyan pa mas maraming mga kababayan natin ng ganitong pagkakataon. Paganda po ang sitwasyon ng bayan. para manatili pong paganda at lalong gumanda nasa ating pong mga kabayan. Magandang araw po. Maraming salamat po sa lahat.
Thank you, Your Excellency.